You know why you went through all that shit you went through when you was a kid? You went through that shit that pissed you off, the shit that when you in your age you is right now, and you still talking about it like I remember when. You know why you went through that shit? So you can treat people differently. Not like it was your fault that people was going through that anyway. It was because the way you saw that taking place, the way it felt to you was important. The way you was able to incrementalize and look at the situations down to the finite reason and see what was not supposed to be like that. When you saw at those moments when you were young and you said to yourself, all one needs is a certain level of love or discipline. When you was young, you knew these things. You get older, right? And as you get older, the energies kind of fade away, and you just remember the circumstance that took place, the pain behind it, right? And then you get trapped. You get trapped in this whole understanding that this what they did to me. But it don't stop there. It doesn't stop there. When your voice ain't heard, you start to feel like you'll never be heard. Well, let me show you how hearing works. You don't need a voice to hear somebody. It ain't always the words somebody hear, it's the motion. You know, body language was the first language we used to use at a certain point in existence. Understanding and paying attention is the same things you understood and paid attention to when things was taking place to you. Unbeknownst to them, you learned something. Unbeknownst to people not hearing your cries, you learn something. You learn how to treat somebody different than you was. You knew what those cries sound like because you cried them. You know what those reaching out for blank air felt like when you reached out because you never got it. So you know how to give it. See, these things that we went through was real. We wasn't supposed to go in the world and buck crazy because of things that wouldn't happen, but nobody was going to teach you that. Nobody was going to tell you this what was your job. Yeah, you went through all that. Now it's your turn to take that shit you went through and go raise the ones who might be going through it 10 times more right now. It ain't all about what you say. It's about what you do. What you doing? Are you still complaining? You already know the vibes. Can't make this shit up, man. This ain't me saying what happened is right or wrong. We all went through shit. And sometimes you gotta leave the stuff in the past to keep going. Best believe there's plenty of times I want to blow the bullhorn on some shit that'll shake the nation on niggas. Yeah, let me say some shit, you know what I'm saying, that'll make my peoples be like, what? What happened? Yeah. I'm like, for what though? You know what I'm saying? I ain't do that. You did that. I ain't got to hold that. I ain't got to worry about that energy. You carry that. You do deal with that lie. You never face that truth you dealt with. I ain't got to walk that path right there. That's your path you got to deal with. But for the youth, and you know you've been through shit, you know you got a foresight, you know you see, and right now you in this paradigm, probably parallel to where I am, probably come from the same time I came from, then you understand what I'm talking about because we all came through the same shit. For the most part, the ones that did get the eyesight to see, you know what I'm saying? And the ones who don't, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? Because we're going to teach. We're going to show that energy. We're going to show that love. We're going to put something there that's scared to be placed there. No contracts, unconditional. I know the vibes. But, you know, it go like that. You know what I'm saying? It go like that. And everything divine first. Everything divine first. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you've been through, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to go through stuff. There's nothing that you go through in an experience particularly that's separated from no other experience. So everything that need to be taken from you, got to give it to the divine. Give it to the divine. That's the whole point. You know what I mean? It's the whole point. I don't make this shit up, man. I be vibing this energy, and then I see the opportunities to fulfill situations that took place to me. It's like, how you know what work to do? It's familiar. It's familiar. And it's like, well, what if you ain't got the means to do these things? Something else will be there for you to do. It ain't always about physically doing stuff. Sometimes it's about the ear to listen, or the right knowledge to push, or just being there for somebody. And when you accomplish these things, and you've done these things in certain retrospect, it's okay to slide, because if it's taken for granted, you know what I'm saying, it can be broken. They use it for flooring, but it can be broken. So don't take it for your personal usage. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to protect that light. Most people don't see that. They don't even want to look into that. And I ain't even trying to sit here and force you to be like, this what you're supposed to do. I'm placing myself in situations to be a tool for people who want to open their minds up and they feel the need to go that way. Yeah, I could be the crossing guard, like, yo, look. Yeah, you tapping in. Look, man. And life gonna always throw you ups and downs, but you get to a certain point in your mind, you don't really consider none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't really be like, yo, remember when that, like, it just go out of your head, because you putting in so much work. You putting in karmatic work. You making shit happen in divine name, in the name of the Most High. You don't have to tell nobody that's what you're doing. You just do it, and you watch your light grow. See, a lot of people, when they do shit, they want the world to know. They want to be braggadocious. They want to scream loud. That ain't the hardest punch. The hardest punch is the one that come from where you don't think it's gonna come from. You know what I'm saying? When everybody figure they think they know shit. See, and everybody quick to run to the world and be like, look, I know shit. So what? The world been known that. It's not the fact that you saying it. It's if you got that knowledge, what you gonna do with it now that you got it? Cause it's stuff to do. Dig, stuff to do. You already know the vibes, man. I don't make this shit up. I'm gonna keep saying that shit. Everybody get knowledge and they quick to go run. Yeah, I do it too. I get downloads and I be supposed to sharing them. You know why? Because my downloads, I experienced them in an actual retrospect, and I deal with it, and I go through it, and I get the solution, and I see the outcome, and then it's done. And after it's done, I go talk about it. I go talk about it and be like, yo, here, look, this what happened. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying, everybody got their own understanding because they want to follow. They don't want to be a leader. You don't want to let your energies like pop off, and you know what I'm saying, get a chance to go experience this knowledge for yourself down to the incremental value, because that's how it happens. It happens in this down to the second, because you don't never know the outcome. You just got to go through the fire. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the fire. I'm just saying, yo, it is what it is. Don't miss the opportunity to learn yourself at its highest spiritual value, because you are redundant on your physical self every day. You're just going to get old with that. You see what happened to the physical body? It dies. So you might as well work that spiritual muscle. What else going to come out of that? Look, I ain't going to hold you, but you know the vibes. Naga.